Greetings and blessings, everyone. I welcome you in the name of the ancestors upon whose shoulders I stand, and I welcome you in the name of all that is holy and sacred for you. I am the Reverend Anthony Mtuaswa Johnson, and it is indeed a pleasure and an honor to share this space with you on this beautiful day, here on the ancestral land of the First Nations people, wherever you may be. I'd like to share the opening words that come from the Unitarian Universalist Congregation of Dublin, Ireland. They resonate with me so, and I quote, "We do not ask what you believe, or expect you to think the way that we do, but only that you try and live a kind and a helpful life with the dignity proper to that of a human being." So welcome all who believe that religion is wider than any sect and deeper than any set of opinions. Welcome all who might find in our friendship strength and encouragement for daily living. End of quote. So today's sermon is about Kwanzaa, family, community, and culture. Kwanzaa. Kwanzaa is a non-religious holiday celebrated from December 26th through January the 1st. Its origins come from the first harvest celebrations from the continent of Africa, the birthplace of humanity. A continent of over 50 countries, some 4,000 languages, and thousands of years of history. Africa, my friend, is not a country. Now, the name Kwanzaa itself is derived from the phrase Matunda ya Kwanza, which means first fruits in Swahili. Swahili is a Pan-African language and the most widely spoken language on the continent. And I might add, it's also where I get my African name, Mtuaswa, which in Swahili translates to mean natural man. So the first fruit celebrations are recorded all the way back in antiquity to the time of ancient Egypt and Nubia. And they appear in today on the continent in Ashanti land and in Yoruba land. Kwanzaa builds on 5, can we say, fundamental activities, again borrowed from the continental African celebrations. Those 5 are, one may sound familiar, if not all, ingathering, reverence, commemoration, recommitment, and celebration. The 5 building blocks, if you will. So we would say a time of gathering of the people to reaffirm the bonds between them. It is a time of special reverence for the Creator and for all of creation. A time of reverence for the Creator and all of creation. A time of commemoration of the past in pursuit of its lessons and in honor of its models of human excellence, whom we call the ancestors. It is also a time of recommitment to our highest cultural ideals in our ongoing effort to always bring forth the best in African cultural thought and practice. And of course, it is a time of celebration of the good. To celebrate the good of life and of existence itself. The good, again, of family, of community, and of culture. The African American branch of this old African tree is rooted in the history and the culture. Kwanzaa has been recreated and expanded beyond the ancient tradition, and it bears both characteristics of the African continent as well as the African American experience. It draws from the cultures of many various African peoples and is celebrated by millions of Africans throughout the world. Why? I ask why. Why do these various African peoples celebrate Kwanzaa? I dare say because it speaks not only to African Americans in a special way, but also to Africans as a whole, and it stressed again on family, community, and culture. Let us take a look at the symbols. Let us begin with the mkeka, the mat. This is symbolic of the foundation on which we build our tradition and our history. There is the kanara, the candle holder. This is symbolic of our roots, our parent people. There is the mazal, the crops. They are symbolic of African harvest celebrations and of the rewards of productive and collective labor. We have the kikombe cha umoja, the unity cup. This is symbolic of the foundational principle and practice of unity, which makes all else possible. There is the wadi, the gifts. These are symbolic of the labor and the love of parents and the commitments made and kept by the children. And muhindi, the corn. Speaking of children, muhindi, or the corn, is symbolic of our children and our future which they embody. You see, in traditional African culture, a person's value, yes, his or her wealth, is not measured in dollars, but in their children. The Nguzo Saba, the 7 principles. These are symbolic of the 7 African values. Each candle stands for a particular value. These 7 African values are umoja, unity. Kuji chakulia, that's just the way we talk, I love that word. Kuji chakulia, self-determination. Ujima, collective work and responsibility. Ujamaa, cooperative economics. Nia, purpose. And Kuumba, creativity. And our 7th principle is Imani, which is faith. These are the 7 principles of Kwanzaa. Kwanzaa was established in 1966 by Dr. Maulana Ram Karinga in the midst of the Black Freedom Movement, the Black Liberation Movement, and thus reflects its concern for cultural groundedness in thought and in practice. It is an expression of recovery and reconstruction of African culture, which was happening during the time of the Black Liberation Movement of the 1960s. It was founded by, again, Ron Karinga and his organization called US. Special shout out to US, for they are the founding organization of Kwanzaa and the current keeper of the tradition. Personally, I've been celebrating Kwanzaa since the late 1960s, and it continues to warm my heart. And it challenges me to live out these principles, these values, every day. Let me share some interesting facts about Kwanzaa. The colors of Kwanzaa, red, black, and green, are a reflection of the Pan-African movement representing unity for peoples of African descent. The black is for the people, red for the noble blood that unites all people of African descent, and green for the rich land of Africa, the motherland. Stamp that. Yes, the first U.S. postage stamp to commemorate Kwanzaa was issued in 1997. Since that time, there have been 5 designs released since, again, 1997. The most recent being in 2016. Kwanzaa also celebrated its 50th anniversary in 2016. Kwanzaa carries, lest we forget, a universal message. Though rooted in African culture, people from all racial and ethnic backgrounds are welcomed to join in the celebration of Kwanzaa. Ah yes, that number 7. That may resonate with some of you UUs out there, because we have 7 principles as well. So I've shared the 7 principles and the primary symbols of Kwanzaa. The poet in me would like to take some license and share the UU 7 principles. They are: number 1, inherent worth. Number 2, justice, equity, and compassion. Number 3, acceptance and spiritual growth. Number 4, honoring the search for truth and for meaning. Number 5, which may be so necessary in our current state of affairs, honoring the democratic process in all of our affairs. Number 6, the goal of world community. Yes, the beloved community. And number 7, respect for the independent, dare I say, the interdependent web of life. Or as I like to say, everything is everything. For me, there is a resonance between the 7 principles of Kwanzaa and the 7 principles of Unitarian Universalism. Another important element that many of us may not know is that Kwanzaa was funded by our association. Yes, it was the Unitarian Universalist Association that provided the initial research funds to Maulana Ron Karenga, out of which he developed and created what we call today and know as Kwanzaa. There really is no way to understand and appreciate the meaning and the message of Kwanzaa without understanding and appreciating its principles. They are profound and pervasive with their concern for values and for principles. In fact, I believe Kwanzaa's reason for existence, its length of 7 days, its core focus, and its foundation are all rooted in its concern with principles. Dare I say, lived out principles. There's an old African proverb that says, if you want to go fast, go alone. If you want to go far, let's go together. So let us go together. May it be so for all of us. Blessed be